big fights, the biggest fights between Japan and Mexico.
So that'll be Mexicans and Mexican Americans. Of course, there's many great ones.
Yeah, against Japan. The top from both sides.
I don't think that's ever been done before.
This is real season.
But yeah, I've been getting a lot of calls. Yes, I've been hearing a lot of, they already said early next year. At first it was supposed to be February, now it's January, whatever. I don't.
Talk about a huge clash between Naoya Inoue and Bam Rodriguez keeps getting stronger after reports claim that Turki Alalshikh wants to stage the fight in Japan in January 2027. Eddie Hearn also confirmed that talks have already taken place and said Turkey is serious about making the bout a reality. He added that he is fully behind the idea of bringing two of boxing's biggest names together for what could become one of the most exciting fights in the sport.
Inoue against Bam. And I said, sign us up. So obviously, look, there's no contracts, nothing like that. But who else is he going to fight? Like, unless he moves to 126. And even if he moves to 126, who's he going to fight? Like, you've got, if Usyk retires or gets out of the way, you've got number one against number two, pound for pound, fighting each other. It's a massive fight, and it's an amazing fight.
Hearn said he immediately supported the idea and believed it was the fight everyone wanted to see. He made it clear that nothing has been signed yet, but questioned who else either fighter could realistically face. Even if one of them moved up to 126 pounds, he still felt there were no bigger options available. He added that if Usyk steps away from the sport, it would be a meeting between the top two pound-for-pound fighters, making it an incredible event. Trainer Robert Garcia also shared his thoughts, saying that taking on Inoue would require a smart and detailed strategy. He explained that any mistake against a boxer with Inoue's speed, timing and power could be very dangerous, so staying focused for the entire fight would be vital. Garcia said Rodriguez wins with constant pressure and non-stop activity instead of depending only on knockout punches. He believes staying busy and making the right adjustments would be the keys to success if the fight is confirmed. He also said dealing with Inoue's non-stop pressure and sharp combinations would be one of the toughest tests for their team.
At 108, they both, it's just that Inoue's a little bit older. He's matured a little bit more body-wise and everything. That's why he's fighting at 122. Not because he's a lot bigger than Bam. I think we're maybe 2-3 years from maybe if Inoue is still, if he's still fighting and if he's still around there, maybe even at 126, in the near future.
Jesse Bam Rodriguez has made his position completely clear about a possible fight with Inoue. If the opportunity comes his way, he says he will accept it without any hesitation. Rodriguez believes this would be one of the biggest fights that boxing can offer and has shown full confidence that he will be ready to step into the ring whenever the chance becomes reality.
In the room, you and Naoya Inoue, you have a big fight coming up. You want to go back down, obviously, to fulfill Undisputed, but what would happen if that fight came on the table?
I'm ready whenever. That fight's been brought up just as much as Chuelapito fight back then, so if that fight was presented to me right now, I'd definitely go ahead and take it.
I mean, I'm sure you'll be a very interested observer in the...
Rodriguez also said that his biggest goal every time he fights is to give the fans an exciting show. Instead of choosing a careful approach, he likes to keep the action going, look for chances to take control, and end the fight whenever the opportunity appears. He believes everyone who buys a ticket deserves an unforgettable performance every time they watch him compete.
Go out there and give the fans a great fight, give them their money's worth, and just go out there and get the job done. Like they say, you don't get paid for overtime, so I try to get them out as soon as...
Inoue has always responded with respect whenever the possible fight is discussed, and has praised Rodriguez as an excellent fighter. At the same time, he has said the matchup should only happen when the timing is right and both fighters are competing in the proper weight class. Until that moment arrives, Inoue remains fully focused on his own career and the challenges that lie ahead.
別にファンではない。面白い面白い。バカなしは面白い。まあ階級が合えば、バムが上げてきて、タイミングが合えば、もちろんそれは興味があります。でも自分はバムの試合は。
Former world champion Sean Porter believes Inoue would have a small advantage if the fight takes place. He feels Inoue's experience in championship bouts, his physical development, and his record of performing at the highest level become even more valuable in the lighter weight classes, giving him a noticeable edge over Rodriguez.
Right here, I think that gap in that weight actually does matter. I think that gap in that weight, Inoue being slightly older, more experienced and things like that, I am inclined to favor Inoue in this fight, even though I haven't seen as much Inoue as I've seen Bam. But the reason why I favor is because the age gap, the size gap. That's big for the.
While explaining his opinion in more detail, Porter pointed to the clear difference in styles between the two champions. He praised Inoue for his power consistency and ability to deliver under the toughest pressure, while also giving Rodriguez credit for his speed-sharp technique and polished boxing skills. Porter believes these different strengths are exactly what would make the fight so exciting for the fans.
A monster. He's a monster. So I think that Inoue would be the favorite in on the betting odds and the blah 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 blah. And it's a hell of a fight. But I just feel like there's a gap there. There's a gap there that I don't like.
And just meet at 122. Just Bam comes up.
Bam will be coming because I think Bam said like 114.
Yeah, he 114.
Yeah.
Saying, if they do fight.
Oh yeah. You got to meet at 122. Yeah, because he's at 120.
Max Kellerman believes this possible matchup would bring together two of the most skilled boxers in the sport. He praised Rodriguez for his sharp timing, smart combinations, and ability to switch the pace during a fight, which makes him very difficult for opponents to figure out. At the same time, Kellerman said Inoue's reach power and explosive finishing ability could quickly turn the fight in his favor whenever an opening appears, especially during close-range exchanges.
Monster is a lot. What do we all think about this?
He still has to prove himself at 118 pounds and 122 pounds before we can say, okay, maybe he can beat the monster.
Fight at a catch weight of 120 something pounds.
Exactly. But I will say this, fighting in the weight classes that he has occupied, flyweight and junior bantamweight, where he's Ring Magazine unified champion, he looks perfect. He's a complete fighter.
Yep.
You see the talent, the natural ability, you see the technique, which is textbook.
The feet.
You see some athleticism. Now he's not dynamic, explosive like
Mike Coppinger also believes the fight would be very competitive. Even so, he gives a slight advantage to Inoue because of everything the Japanese champion has already achieved. He said Inoue's collection of world titles and outstanding accomplishments prove that he has built a career worthy of the highest recognition in boxing.
I think this is much closer to a 55-45 fight, maybe in favor of Inoue. And look, Inoue he's a future Hall of Famer, first ballot, he's an all-time great, so he deserves that.
Doug Fisher believes Rodriguez still has more to prove before comparisons with someone like Inoue can be considered completely fair. He wants to see Bam continue building his record at bantamweight and super bantamweight before taking on a challenge of this size. Even with that opinion, Fisher praised Rodriguez for his overall boxing ability, pointing to his movement, timing, ring awareness, and technical skills instead of depending only on knockout power.
Prove himself at 118 pounds and 122 pounds before we can say, okay, maybe he can beat the monster.
Fight at a catch weight of 120 something pounds.
Exactly. But I will say this, fighting in the weight classes that he has occupied, flyweight and junior bantamweight, where he's Ring Magazine unified champion, he looks perfect. He's a complete fighter.
Yep.
You see the talent, the natural ability, you see the technique, which is textbook.
The feet.
You see some athleticism. Now he's not dynamic, explosive like Inoue, okay?
He doesn't hit as hard, you're saying.
He's fluid.
Yeah.
He's smooth with it.
Jiren Brutes has also spoken highly of Jesse Rodriguez, calling him one of the smartest and most technically skilled fighters in boxing. He believes Rodriguez's movement, ring IQ, and ability to manage the distance could cause real problems for Inoue if the two champions ever face each other in the ring.
I think Bam is he's one of my favorite fighters. But obviously he got to go up and wait a little bit to fight Inoue. How does that fight play out?
I don't know. Bam super nice. I ain't even gonna lie. I like Bam. You
think he can beat Inoue?
I think so. I think he's smart enough, technically sound, got good movement, and he's southpaw. So I think that probably give Inoue a little problems.
Another fight that probably would never happen most likely.
Former world champion Abner Mares is excited about the possibility of this fight finally happening. He sees it as a true matchup between two elite fighters and believes it has everything needed to become one of boxing's unforgettable battles because of the incredible talent both men possess. Mares even said he would happily travel anywhere in the world just to watch the fight live.
Inoue against Bam Rodriguez. That's tough. That's the one I want to watch. Yeah.
That's a boxing IQ at its
That's
peak.
like Pacquiao and Mayweather. Like if they would have fought in their prime, you get me? They never did. It was not in the prime. They could still make the fight happen, but it was not in the prime. Right now, Inoue against Bam Rodriguez, brother. Man, I'll pay top dollar. I'll fly to Japan.
Mares also said both champions have already shown incredible toughness during their careers. He noted that Rodriguez displayed great determination by getting back into the fight after being knocked down in a recent bout, while Inoue has repeatedly shown his devastating knockout power against top-level opponents. In Mares' opinion, Rodriguez would probably take a patient approach using his movement and distance to create chances before capitalizing on any mistakes.
Both fighters could take shots. Obviously, we've seen Bam been knocked down in the last fight, but I see there's power on Inoue's side. There's also speed power with Bam, but you're right. I feel like Bam is more of a IQ fighter, a fighter that fights from the outside, will wait for you to make mistakes. So I think that's going to be the key. If Inoue makes
Radio Raheem questioned whether the difference in weight could affect how competitive the fight would be. He believes boxing has weight divisions for a good reason, and said asking two elite fighters to meet when the physical conditions are not ideal could create an unfair advantage for one of them.
Like it's all happening. His Excellency is already trying to puppet string this. No, man. No, it's not right. We're not that thirsty. There's enough high-level boxing for this to happen. Let Inoue get older and somehow at some point, hopefully weaker. Let maybe Bam, if it's gonna happen at some point, naturally get bigger. If this fight were to ever happen, which I don't ever need to see it. Bam is in his own lane, bro. He's in literally his own weight class, which he just elevated. Like this is a fight that they're forcing to happen. And it ain't a fight that needs.
Raheem also shared concerns about when the fight should happen, saying both champions seem to be at different points in their careers. He believes the gap in experience and achievements at the highest level could have a big impact on how competitive the fight is if it takes place before the timing is right.
This is not a right fight. It's not a right fight at this time. Something has to change. Bam Rodriguez today should not go in there with the Inoue we saw last.
Trainer Andy Rozier admitted there is huge excitement around the possibility of this fight and praised Robert Garcia and his team for helping Bam grow into one of boxing's biggest stars. Even though Rozier likes the matchup, he believes Rodriguez should first get fully settled in his new weight class before facing someone as dangerous as Inoue, whose non-stop pressure and explosive attack have troubled so many opponents.
Really. With his whole team, to tell you the truth. Fantastic. I think that's going to be a good fight. I'd like to see Bam acclimate to a new weight class first instead of jumping right into that fire, because that is real fire there. I mean, you going up, that's some real smoke out of that Japanese. Well, he's a kamikaze. He's going in with guns ablazing. He's going to cause a Hiroshima up in that ring. Listen, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Who your favorite in that one?
Anyway.
Do you think it's a very, very competitive fight and Inoue just pulls away at the end? Inoue stop him? How does it kind of look in your eyes?
I think it's going to be competitive early, unless he gets in there. Bam gets.
Rozier believes the early rounds would be very competitive if the fight happens. As the contest goes on, he expects Inoue's physical strength and ability to control the exchanges to become more important. He also said Rodriguez would have the best chance of success if he takes enough time to fully adjust to the higher weight division before accepting such a difficult challenge.
Size and his ability to control that weight is just too much for him. But if Bam can, scale to that next weight class and give us more than what we thought, it'd be a very interesting.
That wraps up today's look at the proposed Inoue versus Bam Rodriguez super fight, with reports suggesting a possible showdown in Japan in January 2027. Opinions are still split between Inoue's championship experience power and physical advantages and Rodriguez's speed timing and outstanding technical skills. Questions about the weight class preparation and the right timing continue to keep the debate alive. Who do you think would come out on top if this dream fight finally happens? Share your prediction in the comments and remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more boxing news and updates.